When I started down this route of wanting to become a restaurateur, more importantly, I wanted to give up my security and my salary and my prospects and my mortgage. All of these terrifying things were at risk. Many of the people around me said, "You're mad." Obviously, I think they thought I was going through a midlife crisis. You know, the exceptions were my mother and my auntie. Mowgli Street Food is a restaurant that I started 4 years ago, and in it all I have are the dishes that I cook for my children every day, that my mother cooked for me and my grandmother for her. Very simple. The menu doesn't change, but it's delivered in a very fresh, contemporary way. I wrote a cookbook. I'd never written a book in my life, so I thought, how do I publish this? I looked in a Jamie Oliver cookbook and I Googled some names in his acknowledgements. One was his agent, so I sent my proposal. Within 10 minutes, she wrote back to me and she said, "Can we meet on Monday?" And she signed me up. One of the challenges that I faced when I was thinking of going into business is that there were very few role models in what I wanted to do. Female restaurant owners, I didn't know any, and I didn't know any that were going to assist me or guide me or act as a mentor. Indian food on the high street is in the form of curry houses generally, so it's usually Sylheti Bangladeshi food. But very sweetly, the Sylheti Bangladeshis, when they came to England, they modified the food to the British palate. So very often they will thicken things with cream, they will cook with ghee in everything, it's very meat heavy. My background is very different. Our biggest selling dish is the pani puri or the golgappa or the doi puri. You know, this is a cold vegetarian starter. In this nation where meat is always a centerpiece of every meal, it was such a risk. MBE stands for a member of the Order of the British Empire. And MBEs are given to people who are role models in certain spheres. So I was given the MBE for my services to the food industry, which is extraordinary. It is beyond belief. It just felt like a blessing. It was almost as though we got royal assent for my mother's dal. And this was like the Queen saying, "Do you know what, I quite like your dal." It was the most moving moment. And what it means to my mother, who came to England, you know, 50 years ago with nothing, it is beyond words.